Hi there. I hope you are in a good condition so we can just straightforwardly discuss about our topic this time that we will discuss the categories of projective techniques proposed by Lawrence Frank. Yeah, with me, Ide Kurnia Swasti. I hope you enjoy these materials and get the benefit of it. Okay, we'll continue to discuss these projective techniques according to the Lawrence Frank. Frank proposed five concepts related to the projective techniques, which are the constitutive, constructive, interpretive, cathartic, and also refractive. The criterion for the categorization centered upon what they require to seek or evoke from the subject or the test taker. His five-fold grouping of method is as follows: the constitutive methods that involve the imposition of structure upon relatively unstructured material. The rosa is most obvious candidate for this category. The constructive methods require arrangement of materials into certain patterns. This is why we Frank call it constructive. As in the mosaic test, okay, that's the example. And the interpretive methods, such as the TAD, involve the subject in an interpretation of some experiences in which he finds personal meaning or affective significance. The cathartic methods, for example, a doll play, are expressive and they stimulate emotional reaction as in the play technique. Okay, and the last is the refractive methods are those in which conventional modes of communication are altered idiosyncratically. For example, like in the handwriting qualifies under this rubric. Okay, we figure out one by one. The first is the constitutive methods. Okay, the keywords is the unstructured material. Okay, so subject are shown various kinds of ambiguous and unstructured material, and then the subject were asked to compile the unstructured material into a certain structure. For example, in Rorschach test, maybe you already know some part of the Rorschach card. Rorschach card shows us like the ink blots, with no certain pattern or no certain image that we can precisely see on the card. That's why the test taker they can give any kind of response, various response toward the Rorschach card, and he or she will be able to give his or her opinion, his or her structure toward the image shown in the card. Not precisely as an image, but maybe just the ink blot, a splash of blood or the ink. Okay, and the second part is the constructive. The principle is the same as the constitutive, namely the subject is asked to form something, but the material is more unstructured and more raw than the constitutive methods. Here in the in the constructive methods require arrangement of materials into certain patterns. Okay. The subject has more freedom of expression. And for examples, is in the human figure drawing, when subject only given a sheet of blank paper, and he or she may draw any kind of and any kind of type, any kind of figure, human figure drawing in that scene. The next is the interpretive. So the subject matter is ambiguous and still unstructured as the main characteristic of the projective technique. The subject is asked to interpret the stimulus. Yeah, this is the example of this part is the TAT, thematic apperception test, children apperception test, word association. Yes, there are some tests that are included to the word association group, such as stuck sentence completion test, yeah, and others. So the test administrator or the tester provide, yeah, we may call it as a clue. Yeah, for example, in the TAT, the tester will provide a subject with cards with pictures on it, and the subject later will interpret the picture on the card based on his or her past experiences. Okay. And then the fourth is the cathartic, emphasizing in results. The function is trying to clear out possible psychological barriers or burdens. Yeah, for example, it is widely known that play therapy, play technique, can help individuals with emotional disturbances or emotional inhibitants to express their emotional state, at that moment. So he or she can be revealed during the process of this technique when it is applied to him or her. Okay, and the last is the refractive. This is the additional categories from Frank, quite the same with Alport's expressive aspects of behavior, that subjects are expected to express all feelings, needs, sentiments through their behavior or reaction to the stimulus. An example of this category is the graphic test, graphology, Bender Gestalt test. As I mentioned from the previous slide, that it is also concluded in this category is the handwriting. Okay, it gives the subject like a space to again reflect and also express his or her feelings, thoughts, any kind of disturbances or inhibition in his or her internal world. So it can be expressed out and later be understood by the test administrator or the test interpreter. Then those can be the very important data to understand an individual, and for the psychologist it is very useful and helpful data to create the therapeutic communication and also the counseling. It will make the counseling or therapy run easier and as smoothly as possible with the data from the projective test. But again, I will stress to you that this is not the only way to gain information about the client or the subject. We can use another mode of assessment to complete our understanding related to the patient, so we can create a better understanding toward the case and then conclude in the exact diagnosis, and it will be very helpful for the psychologists, practitioners, counselors, and other to provide the intervention for the patient or the client. Okay, those are the information related to the category in the projective assessment from Frank. Yeah, that can be useful also for you to understand the type of test that we will discuss in this course. Okay, thank you for listening to this material. Yeah, this is the final note that the 5 techniques or categories explained by Frank before cannot be separated, and some of others are overlapping each other. In each test, the projection of the 5 straight axes, there are only more prominent ones. So we can use it and understand it well if we know those categories. Okay. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.